If you want to get fine enough to pop your coochie in the club for a couple dollars, you're going to have to lose some weight first, girl. What better way to do it than with this ISO CBD infused tea and this NutriBurst help you get on your way? Drop down in the description box below and click the link to buy these fine products. Stars people! I shouldn't even be reviewing this damn show because y'all know good and damn well y'all could have emailed me about an audition for the Uncle Clifford role. I'd have slayed that part. Nevertheless, girl, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the new show on Starz called P-Valley. Let's get into it. That's girl, let me tell you something. Y'all done weighed me down in my comments on YouTube and on all my social media. I can't even post my food and my shopping without y'all talking about fucking that either. You need to watch P-Valley, P-Valley, P-Valley. You need to watch P-Valley. Bitch, why y'all ain't been told me I need to watch P-Valley? Girl, listen, quiet as it's kept, right? I was scared I was gonna like it. Like, I knew the way y'all was coming at me that I was gonna like it. Let me tell you something, baby. I don't like it. I love P-Valley. Oh my God, I found something else that makes us go up like Scandal and everything else. This show is so good that I'm gonna take my time and make love to it slow, right? Like I was gonna try to watch 2 episodes and do a review, 2 more episodes and do a review. Fuck that. I said I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna review each episode one by one. I rarely do this. I get paid to do this. Y'all better go get Starz, add it to your Amazon package the way I did. I think Starz is running a promotion right now to watch P-Valley. This show is necessary for the culture. It is necessary for the girls. It is necessary for the people. It is necessary for the South. The show is very necessary. What Pose was to the LGBTQ community is what P-Valley is to the girls in the Naked Hustle. What I like about this show, before I even get into the review, what I like about the angle that they are taking is that it is giving us an in-depth look into the lives of these dancers, these fictional characters, but it humanizes them as people because many of us have been raised to view them in the gaze of being whores, inability to love, loose women, drunk on drugs, just all this other stuff, and we automatically as a society cast them astray because they exotic dancers. They're a stripper. Who would ever marry a stripper? You're a stripper. And what this show is doing is humanizing people who we have demonized as a society for so long because we've had the inability to look at them and their stories and what it is they are going through. I am mad. I am so glad that my doctor gave me a 90-pill refill on my trazodone because I would not be able to go to sleep tonight trying to watch episode after episode. My head is in here swirling around and I ain't even got to what was going on. The show is just really good. So it opens up with the character order. Now y'all gonna have to help me fill in some of these gaps real quick. I'm assuming that she lives in the South somewhere, and this is post-Hurricane Katrina. That's why everything was flooded out, and people was dead in the streets. And she found a suitcase, and in that suitcase was some fancy clothes, a wallet that did not belong to her. She's escaping an abusive relationship. She got on a Greyhound bus and got off somewhere, in P-Valley, I guess. Got off somewhere to start a new life. That's all we know. Or I believe we know as of episode 1. Y'all girls might be 4 episodes in, but I'm starting here for the new girls. For the new girls. I'm new like Autumn down to the club. Anyway, Aura brings her ass down to the club. Now, mind you, we is in the hood, baby. She come down to that bitch dressed like she was in a job interview, going to a job interview with that Yves Saint Laurent on. That shit was hilarious. And she tried to walk to the front line and try to use her little small country. I guess she called that her country pizzazz, but Diamond had done out pizzazzed her ass. Like, bitch, if you don't get your monkey brained ass to the back of the damn line, try to get in here dressed like you the accountant for the church, okay? And then she saw the $50 booty contest. Mind you, what was Diamond gonna do prior to doing the booty contest? Was she going in to try to sell puss? Or was she going in to try to get a drink? Or was her goal to always go in and get a job? She just didn't know how to go about doing it. Nevertheless, Mama had done went down to the corner and waited with the girls that was trying to get in for the amateur dance night or whatever the case may be. And the winning girl got $50 at a hot buffet dinner. Let me tell you something. Y'all gonna have to hurry up and break down to me what city that this is supposed to be taking place in fictionally, because $50 don't go far many places. Like, bitch, you ain't finna have me have my puss smelling like Newports and Hennessy for a hot plate of food, bitch, and $50. Like, really? I mean, child, they say these girls will do something strange for a small piece of change, but they didn't say that damn small. Keep it real now. I loved it. So then the police sirens come rolling outside, and here comes the character that saved my life. Now, I got a tendency of looking down at my phone, checking emails and texting while shit's on TV, so I miss shit. I look up, and in her full glory is Uncle Clifford. Yes, God, Uncle Clifford, in all this feminine regalia, just hair cascading down like Lily Galici off of the Shires of Sunset on Bravo, just cascading down, beard faded up, every damn thing, outfit on point, dialect on point, talking with the police and negotiating on point, riding there bribing the police, knowing damn well they ain't supposed to be selling pussy or alcohol after 12. Well, you ain't supposed to be selling pussy after no time, but they ain't supposed to be selling it after a certain time in the county. Police came to check, and he had to grease his palms. It's so funny because I do have several friends scattered throughout my life who have worked in the naked hustle and who currently work in the naked hustle, who have told me, you know, or I've picked up on certain things that go down in the strip club. But it's like, okay, for those of us who are not strip club culture oriented people, much like myself, to be quite honest, I don't like it. I be the person in the strip club telling the girls, you know you don't have to do this, right? Like, I'm that person, so I don't really like going. But I'm just fascinated by the underworld of this and all the greasing of the palms, the conversations that go on in the back room, the dynamics between the damn girls. You know, the house mom, how she back there selling G-strings and shit for $15. Like, I thought you brought your own uniform. Like, girl who wouldn't love a job and they could go down to the break room of their job and buy work clothes? I mean, you work clothes, food, makeup, and bitch, you probably could do a Western Union out there, bitch. Sounds good to me. Where I can sign, nah, I'm making enough. I'm already going to hell for selling tea and Nutriburst. Nevertheless, I ain't gonna give up. I ain't gonna get the rest of my soul up for the naked hustle. So then we get introduced to Mercedes, big booty Mercedes. You know, the strip club always got that one bitch that's like the prize bitch of that club. And this Mercedes, she wanna make love in this club. In this club, I wanna make. Why am I so high right now? I was eating candied pecans. That's what it is. She said she getting ready to quit. Okay, which brings us to another point. This is another storyline showing us the shelf life of a stripper. There does come a point where you got to get up out the hustle. You know, you don't want that body to get crepey and old before you're ready to go. She was like, you know, she gave Uncle Clifford, who was the owner of the strip club, her flyer. She said, this is going to be her last dance. This is my last dance for romance tonight. Yes, girl, give them that lap dance. One more chance. Biggie, give me one more chance. Because we in the strip club, bitch. That's how we had to flip it. Turn around, flip it, and reverse it. Never mind. She giving him one lap dance, one more chance, because she say she about to exit up at this bitch. She tired. She ready to get her some property. She ready to settle down. She tired of it. That lady said she done fucked around and got cervical cancer from all that Newport smoke being on her puss, and she trying to live out the rest of her years fun, and she don't want to have to work hard. And you know what? Speaking of that opening scene of the show, really shed light on the occupational hazards of working in the strip club. Again, quiet as it's kept, I thought them girls were just going up there having fun. I mean, getting liquored up and dancing. The show really did show that this is a job. And, you know, I think there's this misconception that people who work at the strip club, they're going partying every night. And what I do like about the show is that it's showing and it's humanized their occupation. This is a job. And it did it so eloquently, artistically. I'm going to jump ahead really quickly since I'm on this point. When she was talking about, oh girl, you still got that pole burn on your leg, occupational hazard. She said a client put the bottle on the bar. She, unknowing to her, she came down, occupational hazard. But what really did it for me, and I was like, oh shit, these girls are working hard, is when Diamond was upside down in the air and the director made the decision to cut all the music, and the only audio that you heard was her breathing and grunting as she was doing what it is she was up there doing. That's when I was like, oh shit, wait a minute. These girls are not partying every night. That shit is fucking work. It was like I gained a new respect for the hustle. I was like, excuse me, this shit is physically laborious. Go in, Diamond, and I mean, quiet as it's kept. I mean, shit, those, they doing construction. They doing roofing and laying asphalt. Like, that shit is physically strenuous. And I was like, woo! So, Autumn decides she finna go up there and dance in the $50 amateur contest. You know, we were all expecting, like, Ebony from Players Club type of situation because she was very shy. She didn't know her way around things. That girl got on that stage, another humanizing factor, and she channeled everything going on in her life. Her being beat, her being abused, her taken away from her child, I guess the Hurricane Katrina trauma. All the negativity that was going on in her life, she channeled that into the character that she has to play on that stage. Now listen, prior to, and I was always of the belief that in order to be a stripper, you had to be drunk or high to do that every night, right? Because I was of the mindset that you're doing something immoral. You letting men touch all over you in your private areas and violate you. As my friend Grandma said when she found out she was dancing. You up there letting them men dig all in you for $1. You know what I'm saying? You let them dig all in you for $1. They definitely blowing Newport smoke all over your titties and your puss. That you had to either go somewhere mentally or channel something to do that every night. I'm going to take the stripping out of it. I'm just going to say to work in a club, in a bar, in a nightlife experience, period, for a prolonged period of time. There's got to be some level of escapism going on mentally for you to be able to do that, because it's just a lot. Like I couldn't even imagine being a bartender in a club for a prolonged period of time. Seeing drunk people, seeing everything that goes along with nightlife, that does a toll on a person mentally. That's why I'm classy, bitch. I'm working a day shift. You know, honey, yes, I'm working with the businessmen, honey. I'm working with the people that's coming in for the business lunch and for the crab leg special, bitch. I'm not working the low class gross. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all might make more money at night, but bitch, you need it. Because us educated girls, we work the day shift, bitch, with the business clients. We know how to talk, and we have proper etiquette, as Marlon Hampton would say, with the business clients. We work when they sell crab legs and lobster, not chicken wings at the bike. Okay, nevertheless, honey, girl, I still got a long goddamn way to go. She channeled all of it into that character. So Uncle Clifford, we find out he behind on the damn loan. He took a refinance loan out on the damn bar. And you know, it's funny because I'm looking at Uncle Clifford. I'm looking at all the money that's being thrown in the club, and I'm like, how could you be fucked up financially? Now, was he? Or was all of it simply a ploy for him to go down there and recruit them people to cash some checks? Because we found out later on that they was cashing checks at the chicken wing shack, and it was all the Mexican people, and he was saying he ain't gonna take $35 out their check. So, you know, but then again, well, it could have served two purposes, because then again, I forget, he leaves from the check cashing place with the Chinese woman or the Asian woman, and when he gets there, I guess Suge Knight was like, how you fucking around and get behind on the payments of the damn club on an equity loan? So I guess he really is in financial trouble, or whatever the case may be. I guess I'll figure it out as we go on. Mercedes goes down to church, child. And I didn't know at that time that was her mama. Mama just in there singing, giving us an old Suge Avery tease. Oh, God is trying to tell you something. Oh, yes, get out the naked hustle. He was trying to tell her, get out the naked hustle. Shortly thereafter church, Mercedes goes and we find out another humanizing characteristic, that she happens to be the dance coach of the little girls. That was good to see. It was like, oh shit, these people actually do have real lives outside of partying and being whores. Again, I'm going back to what many perceive, not what I actually feel. They have real lives. They do real things in the community. And the strip club is their job, the same way you go sit in at the front desk at the insurance office making $9 an hour answering the phones. They have real lives like real people. They are real people. Her mama come. Now, mama in there smoking on the pen, and we find out that Diamond is washing her money through the church's building fund. Lord have mercy, Jesus. That mama still ain't damn right. And that discovery at this end of this episode was really troubling for me. They get back down to the strip club, and Uncle Clifford having a staff meeting. Mama walk in with her baby all beat up, battered, and bruised. I'd be curious to know how many times that actually does happen in the strip club. You know, it brought me to a point, because while my mind is expanding and it's opening and my views are evolving when it comes to strippers, it's funny because her coming in abused and battered and done for this man kind of lends itself back to how I used to think, which is you got to be a broken bitch to be a stripper. Like, that's honestly what I used to feel, what I used to think. A part of me still feels that way, but I'm understanding. I'm evolving. I'm wrapping my head around it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a firm grasp of what's going on here, but she does fit the archetype of somebody in my mind who I thought would be a stripper. A bitch that's dumb enough to be battered and abused, and God knows whatever reasons that she's in this relationship, ain't got no daddy, was molested as a child. All those negative things that put somebody in a mental space to stay with this type of man, those are the type of beings that I always assumed would be strippers. And I'm sure as this show unfolds, my mind will open more and I'll gain a greater understanding to some of the reasons why people get into the naked hustle, and better yet, why they stay. Then they flip to the scene with them cashing checks and shit out the chicken shack, or whatever the case may be. Lil Murder pull up to the club just the way lame niggas do. Pull up to the club trying to floss. We find they trying to weigh the bag down, trying to make it bigger than what it is. He walk up to the door and Diamond is like, nigga, I don't know who you is. Take your lame, corny, cunt ass to the back of the line. Or whatever. The actor that plays Lil Murder is doing an amazing job. By the way, you know, I do, you could tell that there was an all call for a certain type of girl to play in this. And in doing so, you probably had to sacrifice some of the acting ability for the artistic achievement of this show. And, you know, I'll say this. The acting is not as bad as Pose was when it first came out. The acting is not bad at all. You can just tell the people who are new. Put it that way. You can tell the people who are new. Overall, like, you know, it's good. It's just good. I would be curious to know of the girls, and I'm sure y'all gonna tell me, or my lazy ass could look it up, who is seasoned actresses amongst the cast, and actors amongst the cast. But nevertheless, Diamond let his ass in. He finally get in, come in looking all lame as fuck. Coming in looking all lame, throwing money and shit. Uncle Clifford is then in the back and he tells Mercedes, you need to train Autumn. My question is, Mercedes cocks an attitude. I got the baby sick while Uncle Clifford sitting there holding that fake baby. That's right, don't have that baby around that loud noise and that Newport smoke. I'm gonna call CPS on her ass. Why is Mercedes so bothered with Autumn? Like, what is it? You know, she made some light-skinned comments. Is it, you know, light-skinned girls who perceive to be pretty, they have to do less to make money, so that's why she's kind of bothered by the light-skinned bitch? Is it because she's younger? Is it a combination of both? Is it something else? Help me out with that, y'all. And the thing that's getting me, though, I don't understand why the bitch bothered and you leaving. You put in your 2-week notice. You leaving this whole job, but then don't want to train somebody else to take your place. Help me understand the logic, Mercedes. This what they say. Women, y'all so fucking catty. Y'all can't work with each other. I got a brother that work in a hiring capacity, and he was like, I hate hiring women. He was like, because women are the only people who will walk in and have an issue with a bitch for no reason. He was like, he's had to mediate conflicts where somebody would be like, I just don't like her. He'd be like, well, I don't know, I just don't like her. It's something about her. Which is the dumbest shit on damn earth. Personally, they never did nothing to you. You just all up in your chest feeling stressed about her. Why is Mercedes so bothered by Diamond? Y'all drop that in the comments and please let me know. So Lil Murder in the VIP, Mercedes walked past. Let me back up. Let's talk about this bitch, Mississippi. So Diamond come to the bite to eat. She in there breastfeeding. He's like, oh, whoa, whoa. And you know, again, the juxtaposition here, right? The switch between on-stage superhero and human character, or human. Diamond work in the club. These girls get butt-ass naked. He's seen them butt-ass naked day in and day out. Every girl in there. Yet, he walks backstage where she's breastfeeding and sees her breast, and it becomes a moment of intimacy, and she should be covered, and I shouldn't be back here. I love that. It was another one of those humanizing moments. It was like, yeah, that's who she is on stage, but off, and that's a character that she plays. But off stage, she is a real woman, a real mother who deserves some privacy and some modesty when doing something so intimate as feeding her child or whatever. And I love that Diamond did hesitate, because it showed that he wasn't just some callous ass bouncer at a club who views them as property. Like, bitch, I already fucking seen you naked. What you covering up for? That really could have been his attitude. And it was like, whoa, let me give her a minute to get, you know, oh my God. The little nuances are just so perfect. Anyway, Diamond walked past Lil Murder, the VIP room, and the girls in there twerking. He decided he want her. She going in there trying to negotiate her rate. She called him on his shit with that wet brick at the bottom of that bag, or whatever the case may be. She dancing, trying to get as much dollars out of the man as possible. He peeked around that corner and saw Autumn. All of a sudden, bitch got real insecure with it. Oh, I take that. I take what you was offering, or whatever the case may be. But here's where shit got shady, and here's where you gotta watch out. She ain't an honest hoe. And it's like, damn, you can't trust nobody in the damn club. She done went and the nigga was finna offer Autumn all the money. She was like, fuck it then. She did the right thing. I'm about to lose it all. So let me at least try to recoup half of it. All right, I get me and the bitch for $4,000. But then you served as the moderator of the money. You went and told that bitch $2,000. and you gonna still walk off with the lion's share of it because you gonna give her one. I was like, Lord, ain't this some crafty ass shit right there. Now I'm thinking, you know, Lil Murda, he just trying to be on his flex shit or whatever the case may be. And lo and behold, what he really was trying to do was get put on as a rapper. And we've all heard, especially through the Atlanta channels, that the strip club is where a lot of rap tracks get broken at. If you can get the DJs in the strip clubs to play the music. And so when he got Diamond to the back, honestly and truthfully, I thought they was going back there to fuck. That's what I thought. That's what I was told happens in the VIP, that you could buy a fuck for $400 or for, I think for $400. I don't know what the going rate for pussy is right now. I know they still say conk meat selling a little more. I think they said with the COVID that pussy don't fail to the price of leg quarters. So some of y'all, child, stop trying to sell that family reunion barbecue meat, because it ain't, y'all got to wait till Trump get out of office and the economy get stimulated again if you want to sell it for the price of seafood, because it's only selling for the price of leg quarters at the moment. Nevertheless, it's selling. Work ain't honest. It don't look like it's paying the bills either. Quiet as it's kept, not going for leg quarter prices. Anywho, so he's in there, you know, trying to finesse or whatever the case may be, and we find out he was trying to get his music played. At the same time, his homeboys over there get handsy with Autumn. Whole debacle breaks out. She runs out, goes outside the club. Okay. In the midst of the chaos, and here's something that I want to talk about, and gay boys, please pay attention, and I'm going to help educate the hetero community as well. Lil Murda then runs into Uncle Clifford. Uncle Clifford takes Lil Murda into his back secret padded room, or whatever the case may be. And Lil Murda is a prime example of trade. Okay? Masculine, thug-ass nigga who will indulge, straddle the fence, entertain your desires in exchange or trade for what they want. You see what I'm saying? Now, he never in a million years would allow his boys to see him have that level of conversation that he did with Uncle Clifford. He knew that Uncle Clifford, being a societal outcast, mentally would love to get down with a real nigga. So now I'm finna play you. I'm gonna flirt with you. I might let you suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? If he real season trade, he get, you know, he black it out. He might stick it in the booty and fuck him, or whatever the case may be, or whatever, gay for pay. You know what I'm saying? But he was, you know, the whole flirting with him, turning him on. You know what I'm saying? Pulling out his, you know, talking sexual with him, acting like he finna pull out his dick for him to suck it, and sticks the ear pods in his ears. Now, did he suck it or not? As of this episode, it was unclear. Y'all drop that in the comments and let me know if y'all think Uncle Clifford sucked his pee-pee. What he did do, he probably not, because he ended up giving Uncle Clifford the $2 grand. And Uncle Clifford then slips the DJ his track. Before Mercedes comes out and dance, Autumn is outside and she meets the photographer. Now y'all gonna have to help me out. Is this photographer a real estate photographer, or is this photographer the goddamn FBI? And it looked like him and Autumn finna have a love affair. That it looked like they finna go down these channels of falling in love or some shit. I mean, I guess every story has to have a love story. I really wasn't here for it. His lame ass nor that cheap ass exchange they was having. And I'm curious to know why 5 seconds prior Autumn was so hard, but she let down all of her defenses for this man who actually looks like a pervert in the alley taking pictures. Somebody help me understand why in a matter of seconds she dropped all her defenses and was so transparent with him and gave her real name. My name's actually not Autumn, my name is Haley. That was an exchange of trust and a vulnerability. It was great that they captured it like that. I'd be just curious to know why him. Mercedes comes out and she see that that's not her song. She looked bite to the DJ. And Lil Murda was looking at her like, yeah, I'm gonna get my shit played. Yeah, 10 seconds of it, uncle. Mercedes looked bite. The DJ said, rewind, played what she wanted to hear, and Mama had to do her thing. Yes, God. Mama said she can't work without her music. We already talked about her breathing in the microphone and how much hard work it is. She get up, look up, and her mama is looking right at her, in between her legs and in her butt, making all that money. Then the mama, Mercedes, we see Mercedes walking outside. Y'all gonna have to help me understand about this mama. Is the mama truly holy? Or is the mama extorting Mercedes? Because it was like she did this whole whore act. You should be, you know, the lines were very blurred for me. It was like, on one token, it was like, I want the money, I appreciate the money, but I don't like how you getting the money, but I like the money, but you shouldn't be making it like this. And it was like, okay, but if you gonna be making it like this, you should be giving the church, aka me, even more of it. Oh God, I save my soul, save my daughter. Then she hands you a bag of money and you walk off. Like your whole save my soul act walks off. Now we find out, and again, it's further feeding my thoughts that you have to have had some sort of trauma to be a stripper. We find out that Mercedes' mama was a bad mama and was basically pimping her out when they were probably pouring broke in the Waffle House in order for them to eat. She said, when you had me bending over in front of them men's for us to get something to eat. And the mama, the way so many people who find Jesus do, they want to write off everything they've done in the past as, I didn't know God then, but I'm holier than you now, so I got the right to condemn you and fuck what I did in the past because I didn't know God then. That's not how that works. That's not how any of this works, Suge AB. That's not how it works, and we're not going to let it work like that, and we're going to stop letting it work like Mercedes handing you big cash, big globs of money. If I was Mercedes, I would be very skeptical about the mama holding her money in the church building fund, because it feels like at any given moment, the mama seeing how much money Mercedes has made can easily be like, nah, I need more than that. Swoop, transfer. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a bit scary, and it don't look like you and your mama's relationship is that trusting for her to be holding the lion's share of your damn money. Then comes time for tip out. We see Autumn come in, and she's very honest with her tip out. And Mercedes and the viewer is like, girl, if you don't lie about how much money you made, you are not supposed to be honest. This is a strip club. Mercedes looking at her like she's so novice, she's so green. And speaking of her being novice and green, I love that scene where Mercedes is supposed to be training her. Then the bartender told her, come here. Which one got the money? And they gave her that little lesson. No, that nigga ain't got it. Look how that nigga carry himself. He carry himself like a boss. That's where the money at. I love that. That training that goes on. Yes, God, honey, we got occupational hazards, on-the-job training, uniform, all the perks. Uniform and makeup provided in-house for a fee. I just love how corporatized the strip club is. Who would have thunk it? I would have never known. Mercedes comes back. She tips out the bartenders the money that they owe, the bottle girls, everything. When it came time to tip out the house, she said she didn't have it or whatever because her mama came and did that holy roller, you know, scam number on her. And then Uncle Clifford turns around and gives her $2,000. And she was like, no, I can't take that from you. I already owe you. And he says, no, this is the money Lil Murder left for you. When in all actuality, it wasn't. It was the money he left Uncle Clifford in exchange for playing his track. And Uncle Clifford had a heart and gave them both to her, knowing the financial trouble that he's in. And Suge Knight looked at him like, nigga, what you doing? Like, nigga, we 2 payments away from eviction, foreclosure, and you giving this bitch the money that we need. And I guess in Uncle Clifford mind, he like, shit, you know, I done been in the bind before, I can make it back. Uncle Clifford a better woman than I ever, because that bitch would have got a half. I'd have gave her one of them. I would have gave her one, but I would have kept the other for my trouble and for my landlord or my bank or the foreclosure people or for Chinese mama down to the laundromat. Whoever the fuck you owe the damn money to. That's why I kept the extra stack for P-Valley. P-Valley people, y'all got it going on. I just hate that I found another damn show to be addicted to. It's 10 o'clock right now. I got to upload this. By the time I upload it, it's probably going to be like 11. I mean, it's probably going to end up being like 10:45 before y'all see this. Yeah, I'm not going to commit to watching another episode tonight and doing a review. Nevertheless, they coming. Welcome P-Valley to the family. I'll call y'all hoes later. Bye.